Welcome to the No Psych, No Excuses podcast, where we have real, raw, authentic conversation. Here's your host, Kijuan Amey. All right. Beautiful people, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Episode number 3, No Psych, No Excuses podcast. And you know, I am the host. So forget that. We are moving into the 3rd episode right now. And this is Mindset on Vision. Okay. Mindset on Vision, guys. So listen, what we are going to talk about today is definitely about to wow you, blow your mind, and do everything in between. All I want to know is, are you ready? It don't matter because we got to be ready. So, anyway, first thing I want to hit on today, guys, is excuse me, the mind is going to go ahead and be firing away. Look, hear me clearly. I like to use that word fire. It's a good one. Firing away as soon as we get to thinking about anything, because it's what moves our body. The mind, nothing can move without the mind. Nothing can start without the mind. Not even a thought process can start without your mind. And so when that thing starts to fire like an engine, oh man, get ready to take off. Now, the biggest things I want y'all to remember, because we'll get to it, is whether those things are good things or bad things. But again, we'll get to that. Now, going back to how the mind fires, hey, listen, I don't care if it's wiggling these fingers, hi, waving your hand, walking up a flight of steps, even sitting there and just thinking about what your tomorrow, your next week, your next month, your next year is going to look like. Even these things behind me, the beautiful drum set that's behind me, every time I sit behind it, I got to remember the music that I'm going to play. I got to remember what each spot around the drum kit is, whether it's the snare, the hi-hat, the tom-toms, whether it's the bass drum, whether it's the cymbals, the ride cymbal, every intricate piece of this drum set. I have to remember that. But again, it all starts up here in the mind. So listen. Mindset on Vision. This is what we talking about. Oh, we getting real good in here today. It's gonna be real today. And y'all know how I like to do it. We gonna talk good. We gonna talk real good. Now, let's get back into that whole good versus bad, positive and negative. Okay, because what you're thinking, what you're doing, how you communicate, all of this is based off, again, the mind. What are you feeding your mind? Are you feeding your mind positive things, or are you feeding it negativity? And I'm telling you, whatever you're feeding it is usually what you reciprocate. I'm just gonna put it like that. If you always watching negative stuff, if you always thinking about negative things, listening to the worst of music, the worst of TV shows, the worst of movies, whatever it is, it's going to be reciprocated because you are thinking, not just because you watched it. Now that you've watched it, it's now been introduced to your neurological system. Now your neurological system is now firing those thoughts into your body, your neurons. See, look, y'all ain't know I was on these words. Yeah, that smart boy is here today. He here today. But what I need y'all to understand, man, is that whether it's negative or positive, you have to realize that that's what you're putting into your body. You're feeding your brain. I got one for you, for all of my parents. And you don't even have to be a parent. Just think if your parent did this to you. If you were to feed a baby really bad things, and I mean it, really bad things while it was a child instead of the baby food that's meant for it, do you think that baby will have a great, nutritious body when it grows up? Or you think something would have fell off, something would have fell short? The baby could have either developed, who knows, anything. It could have developed anything, illnesses, malnutrition, sicknesses all the time, because that can happen too, because you don't have the right nutrients to fight off the diseases and everything else. You could have had some weak bones. I know people with those. You could have had uh, a brain that didn't fully develop. Who knows what could have happened because you weren't feeding the baby the proper things. That's negative, guys. But if we fed the child, or our parents fed us all the good stuff, breastfeeding is for the baby. It's because all of the nutrients that that child needs are in the breast milk. I have to speak on me now because I did not breastfeed. I would not latch on. Don't get me wrong. I still don't like milk to today, so I can't tell you what's going on with that. But yes, I was a formula baby, is what they call those. I was on the formula, okay, the Infamil, okay. I'm sorry, that's just what it was. And yet, and still, it does have its benefits because there are things that the babies need in that formula. But if you go say, well, my baby ain't latching on, I'm just gonna feed it some regular old cow milk, that milk is for the cow. It's not for the human. That's another thing that people need to understand. That cow milk, that goat milk, all that stuff is for what it was for. You heard the name when they first bought it: cow, goat, all these things. But there ain't nobody listening. It's okay. Y'all do what y'all want to do. That's y'all's preference. I ain't got nothing against it. I just know I won't be drinking it. Cool. We on now. So again, with the positive versus the negative, we have to understand that what we present ourselves with, what we feed to our minds, our bodies, our spirits, because our spirits are looking for stuff as well. If you're always feeding yourself the negativity, it's gonna be the same thing. Hey man, listen, I just want to let y'all know that's just the way it is, you know. And so that's the mind, that's how that works. And you know, before I go too far, I just have to mention, with my abilities being, no sight, because I definitely have vision. Oh yeah, I got vision. But with having no sight, I have to view things differently. And like yeah, y'all, like how I said that, with no sight, I have to view things differently. So what am I getting at? I've told y'all before, I don't like saying I'm disabled. I like saying I'm differently abled. I am differently able to understand the world around me, okay? That's how a lot of people do. Everybody honestly views the world differently to me. You might not see the same thing I see. Or even when I could see, you didn't see the same thing I saw. You might see something totally different. Oh, I didn't see it that way. Oh, I didn't view it that way. You hear that all the time when you talk to somebody. I view it like this. I view it like that, because we all have our own opinions and the way we function. That goes back to that mindset thing now. So, what am I getting at? With my different ability, I have to understand that if I continue to tell myself, you know, oh man, it sucks that I don't have my eyesight. It sucks that I don't have my eyesight. It sucks if I keep saying that over and over and over. Guess what I'm gonna be focused on all the time? The fact that I don't have my eyesight. Or I can find out the positive side of this and figure out how I can navigate life without eyesight, to the point where I can learn how to get an Uber, to the point where I can get food, to the point where I can fly across the country. I live in North Carolina. I've flown all the way to Washington State by myself. Listen, people, I'm getting ready to go to Italy soon. Y'all better catch up because I'm going to leave you behind. All right. Because I figured out how to find things that can assist me in my life to navigate my life. Again, I could have sat there and said, "Oh, this a pity party. I don't have sight." Yeah, I could have stayed in that mindset. Why do I say I could have stayed? Because I was there at one point, hoping and praying and wishing that my eyesight would come back. Don't get me wrong. I wish it would have. I really do. I still do because there are things that I miss. There are, but then there are some things that I'm like, ooh, you know, you have your moments. That's all I'm gonna say. But the other thing is, I figured it out that there is life out here. Y'all know that song, Living My Best Life. Y'all know the song. I'm living my best life in this moment. This one right here. Because guess what? We only get one. And mine was already almost taken away from me. I can't sit back and let y'all just let the clock tick. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, letting that clock tick ain't gonna do nothing for you. So that's what I want to talk to y'all about on segment one. All right, guys, we are back. We are back. We're back. So check this out. Y'all know my section. My segment here is Faith It Till You Make It. Again, we talking FAITH. Faith, guys. It till you make it. And why do I like to talk about this segment? Because we need faith. We need that hope in our life. We need it. So this segment here, I want everybody can lean in on this one because I want you to remember, you ever heard somebody say, "Yeah, I'm glad to be seen. It's good to be seen." You know that phrase? I know somebody said that either to you or around you or something about some of that. Like you might even said it. You might even say it's good to be seen. You know? And it takes me to a time when I first started this blindness journey. Yeah, let's go back in time. Let's go back, way back. Y'all know how that saying go. But anyway, I just want to say that back when I was first starting my blindness journey, there's this thing called orientation and mobility that we all as visually impaired people have to do. I mean, I say we have to, but some people, of course, neglect that because they feel like it's okay to not do it. I won't go too far into that. But anyway, I'm going through, okay, because I can't see a thing. I'm blind with a T at the end. Blind. All right. And what am I trying to say here? When you go through this orientation and mobility training, it's to teach you how to be oriented and how to navigate, which is a mobility, be navigated or navigate around a location. Now, this location could be somewhere like a job you might have. It could be a new place that you're starting to go, attend or something. Whether it could be some I don't know, maybe a group session or something you're attending on a regular, things like that. Or even, hey, like for me, I wanted to start going to the mall. Maybe I got dropped off at a certain spot at a mall and I wanted to be able to navigate a certain area and do my own shopping. That's kind of a lost cause nowadays, with all the online stuff and that COVID thing, whatever that was. But this was back before the pandemic, guys. It's story time. Let's go into it. So I'm at South Point Mall in Durham, North Carolina. Yes, where I'm born and raised. Uh Here I am. Just this is a part of my training, okay? A part of the O&M training. I'm standing at like really right near a door. Like, yeah, you put it this way, you can't miss me. Y'all see on this screen, for those who can see, I'm not that little, okay? I'm not, I'm 6'1", and at that point, I might have been, I don't know, maybe 190, 200-ish, but now I'm like 230, 235-ish, so I done put on some weight, more muscle, but anyway, um, I'm not little. I'm not like some little kid. I bet you if they would have seen a little kid, they would have been like, "Oh, what are you doing? Are you lost?" But they saw this blind man standing there asking. Yeah. Oh, my mouth was open. Okay. It was I'm trying to do some training and ask anybody, not anybody specific, because I can't see what you look like anyway. So it don't matter who you were. I just need you to stop and answer my question. Just one. Only had one question. That's it now. Just one question. Could you help me with directions to JC Penney? That's it. That's all I wanted to know. I ain't trying to get no money off you. I ain't trying to see if you can give me a ride home. I ain't trying to see if you could just give me a quarter to toss into the fountain outside. No, I want none of that. I just want to ask you one question. Could you please give me directions from where I am right now? You know, in the mall where it say you are here. Yeah, from right here to JC Penney. That's all I need. Do you know I stood there at that location for probably about 15 minutes and not one person stopped? Not one person even looked my way. Oh, y'all probably like, how you know ain't nobody look your way? Because my instructor told me. He said, dude, they walked past you like you was just, like I was a mannequin. This was the mannequin challenge before the mannequin challenge, okay? And I'm at the mall, so that's how I know it was a mannequin challenge. I'm not a mannequin, especially not one that can speak. And I'm doing hand gestures too. I'm waving at, hey, yeah, oh, hey, how you doing? I go, man. Okay, maybe y'all don't like me. Y'all tell me, do they like me? Is that what it was? They didn't like me? Was it something I had on? I don't know. All I know is nobody stopped. Not a one soul. And I'm just like, okay, this is getting old. Why is it that nobody cared just this much to see what I needed? And for those who don't know what I did a little penny pinch, just a itty bit. Nobody cared, even a little bit. Just to stop and say, sir, what do you need? You know, I'm starting to have a little bit of doubt in humanity. Just a little bit. When all I'm trying to be is the nicest person and ask somebody for some instructions, for some help. That's it. That's all I want. I don't want not a dime from you. I ain't even want to know your name, honestly. I just needed you to open your mouth and see if you could tell me how to get to one place. You could have said how to get to Sesame Street. No, I don't need to get to Sesame Street. I just need to get upstairs. Okay? But what is it right now? Even now, like, yes, that was years ago, but even now I feel like people just like, don't really want to mess with nobody. We need to come back. The thing that I want people to understand about this whole topic, this whole situation here, is what if I was there by myself? What if I didn't have my instructor there? Because they didn't know. He was off in the distance to the point that you did not know we were together. And again, this is 15 minutes. So I'm standing by a door where people are going in and out. So some people didn't even know he was there, like didn't know we were there together because they're just getting to the mall. And some people leaving the mall probably didn't in the mall forever. Didn't even know they saw us walking around. So again, when will humanity understand that people just want help? We're not asking for anything other than that. And that is my faith it till you make it segment. All right. We are back, guys. Segment number 3. Excuse, execute, and elevate. You know what I mean? So the 3 E's, guys, y'all know how I like this. I really, first off, don't like nothing about excuses, okay? If I ain't making them, why are you? Let's do this. So today, the 3 E's, the excuses that I really dislike. I've actually had this come across before when I was talking to somebody on the phone. family member. Won't drop a name, okay? They'll probably know who they are. But um why is it that we always have to make excuses for how we are? Why? Oh, it's too late for me to change. Oh, this just the way I am. Hey, listen, man. Check this out. Hey, come here. Come over here. Let me talk to you. Um, that's a mindset thing. If you are stuck in your ways, that's because you want to be stuck there. You ever heard of people just being comfortable? No matter what the situation is, you could be the most comfortable person laying in a pile of cow manure is what they say. Where I'm from, cow manure. That's what they say where I'm from in North Carolina. You know, why are you okay with being in that? Why not get out of that? Go take a shower and find something else to be in. I don't want nothing to do with it. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Now, if you are a pig wanting to wallow around in their own crap and slop and everything else, mud, and as soon as you clean a pig, they want to go jump right back in the mud, okay? Why do you want to be that? Why? Who is that helping? It's not helping you. That's who we're trying to help right now. Now, in this segment, I'm not wanting to tear you down. What I'm trying to do is get you to see how that's not benefiting you. It does not help. It only hinders. Why do I say this? It goes back to that positivity versus that negativity. In the mindset, the neurons that are firing, they want the good stuff. They don't want all that bad stuff, man. As much as y'all think being bad, being tough, being hard, how, hey, I'm hard, cut. I'm hard around here, cut. No, that's who cares? Who cares? How far did that get you? The most people that are hard, tough like that, you know where it gets them? Locked up, shot up, in jail. You know what I mean? Like, who wants to be in a graveyard because you hoard? I'm hoard cut. Who want to be in a graveyard because they hoard cut? You know how I even sound crazy just saying it. My thing is, guys, we've got to understand that just because you were in this situation doesn't mean you have to stay in that situation. And that's another thing. That's a toxic mindset. You don't have to stay in something just because you were there, you were born there. This is what I grew up in. This is how life is for me. This is all I know. Well, find something else to know. Do you know the best thing that ever happened to me was when I went to the military? Why do I say that? Because it took me out of North Carolina. Now, don't get me wrong, I've been out of North Carolina before, but I mean out of North Carolina, out of the country, off this continent. When I tell you that was the best thing that ever happened to me, the first time I saw Europe, the first time I saw Asia, man, it was so different. I was like, wow, I thought it was green in the States. No, they got grass just like we do, even better. Especially in Europe, that grass over there real green. The places I be moving to, all I hear about is clay and dirt nowadays. What's going on? What's going on, US? I need y'all to get this right. But anyway, I just want to talk about that because we do not have to stay in these, what I would call uncomfortable situations and then claim it as being our comfort zone. So that's that segment right there, guys. Come on. Dun, 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 dun. Tool of the week. Hey, guys, I got a question for you. So what's something negative that you've been letting run your life? And then Could you just put just a little bit? It don't have to be a lot. It could be a lot, but how could you flip that thing into a positive thing to make that thing shift? It could shift your whole life. You guys, y'all know we talking about mindset on vision, okay? So let me give you just a little quick example of something that I did. I already kind of hinted on it earlier in the show, okay? When I used to sit at home when I first had my accident back in 2017, 2018, I was afraid of the world. What am I talking about? Afraid of the world? I done been all over the world. I done shot guns. I done did this, did that, flown on airplanes, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm afraid because I now can't see. There's a new element added to my life of not being able to see anymore. This can create so many different anxious moments. I've had moments where I felt like somebody was about to run in the house. It ain't nobody around my house. But because I can hear everything outside, because my ears are so like clued in on everything that's moving, I'm feeling that people about to run in my house, kick in the door. And I'm not lying. I'm not lying. And y'all know that Biggie Smalls running in the house, waving the 4-4, But my thing is, what am I getting at? We have to take those negative things and turn it into a positive. So what did I start doing then? Okay, no, that's not at my house. That's across the street. Okay, cool. My ears are now telling me where things are. I even told my cousin one time, girl, I heard what song you was listening to. She was outside. and she didn't even park in her driveway. She parked on the street. She was like, "You heard what song I was listening to?" I said, "Yeah, weren't you listening to what's the name?" She was like, "That's a little weird." But again, y'all hear the laughter in my voice. That is something you could do just to turn a negative into a positive. So remember that. Take that tool. I need y'all to hold on to it. All right. No excuse zone. No excuse zone. They know better. They know better. No excuse zone. Y'all know it. They better be in this no excuse zone because they know better. I'm just telling you, we don't play these excuses. All right, guys. Y'all know me just having fun as always. And I'm bringing y'all me, authentically me. I hate to say it. Y'all know every time I don't like this part, but this is the end of the episode. But it's all right. There's next time. Guys, mindset on vision. This is the episode that we talked about how your mind is the key to everything, whether it's your thoughts, moving your fingers. Remember, I waved at you. I said, hi. For those who are listening, I'm waving at you. And then smiling, even me smiling right now. I can't smile unless my brain tells my face to do so. Playing the drums, I talked about that. Guys, staying in these uncomfortable, because that to me, they're uncomfortable situations that you're living in because you don't want to change. You don't want to adapt. And the biggest one, you don't want to grow. I can't, no, you don't want to grow. So that's why you're staying in those uncomfortable, comfortable situations. You know what I mean? So I want everybody to understand this. Remember the tool of the week. I just want you to grow, man. I want us to grow together. When we're on this journey of being on the no site, no excuses, on being in the no excuse zone, I want us all to grow together. That is the only thing that I hope we do. You know what I mean? And so, in closing, as y'all know, all I'm going to do and all I'm going to say is just because you can't see it doesn't mean you can't achieve it. All right. Rock out, guys. Until next time.